Yes, thank you so much for all you do. There's no amount of accolades that can actually situate what you are doing in the central politically in Nigeria. And thank you so much. Good evening, Mommy
Yes.
Diaspora. Happy weekend. The first day of the weekend, Mommy. Enjoy your weekend. And the people in the comment section, together with Mommy Diaspora, I hope you're all having a very blessed weekend. And everybody listening to us from all over the world, I say good evening to you all, the people on the panel with me. And good evening and welcome to yet another week in 2020, another weekend in 2024. I think for me, the issues are very clear because I have been speaking against this idea of trying to kind of give fire or give wing to whatever these people are saying against the Igbo race. I keep saying that not because I'm Igbo and not because I'm tribal, but because I understand the politics that these people are playing. Because what holds sway in Nigeria now, if you want to demonize anything, first of all, call that thing Igbo. After you do that, then you make that thing look evil. From Igbo to evil. That is what they are doing now. And all this that Bwala is doing is nothing but an orchestration to keep reminding the Northerners and the Igbophobia people in Nigeria that Peter Obi is intricately linked with IPOB and is Igbo. Because if you guys don't understand, it is that consciousness that they want to sink into the minds of gullible people. Because once they're able to do that, they will make Peter Obi a less credible candidate than who he is. So that's why I keep saying, anytime they say something is happening in the southeast, it is not always good that we give pressure to those things. We give fuel. We keep fueling up such news. Because come to look at it, anything happening in Nigeria today, tell me which in the southeast today, tell me where it is not happening like times 10. And if I want to focus on Daniel Bwala, he's from Maduguri State. Let's even look at the indices from the southeast, any state in the southeast. If I take Ebonyi, for example, as the weakest, there's nothing in the state where Bwala comes from that can compare to anything in Ebonyi. Let me not even use Imo. These people keep talking everything IPOB, 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 IPOB. Yet, this IPOB you people are talking about, the out of school children in IPOB is just 77%, 7% compared to 43% from the region that this man comes from. And the state that he came, more than half of the local government are still under the control of Boko Haram. Yet nobody is tying Boko Haram to any political leaders in those states. We've seen how Boko Haram invited Buhari to be their spokesman. Yet nobody has tied Boko Haram to Buhari. Look at all the destructions going on in the northeast, north central, northwest. They don't tie any of those things to any of the politicians from that place. Nobody does that. But once it is Peter Obi, they want to look for a bad name to give to a dog so that they can kill the dog. If we even want to talk about education, can you compare the number of the educational performance of the people in the northwest, northeast, or north central to the people in southeast, where you have the large population of the IPOB people? If we want to talk about under 5 mortality, can you even compare? If you want to talk about economy, day-to-day transaction, can you even, despite the IPOB, these people are crying about, can you even compare the level of economic activity going on in the southeast with any other parts of the north where Bwala comes from? So the problem is that these guys, they seem to be fixated in the southeast. And it's so painful that some of us, we think we are just trying to speak in favor of Nigeria. No, these people, they throw a bone. It's called dog whistle. They throw it out, and you think they really care about the southeast. No, they don't care. They are just magnifying everything there. It's a political game they are playing. And as at now, I believe we all should understand what they are doing, because ask yourself the very simple question. Look at all the indices of development. The numbers coming from the southeast is still the best. It is still the best. Is it in WAEC? Is it in JAMB? Name everything. Is it under 5 mortality? Is it in the penetrance of education? So why are we not using this region as a symbol of where Nigeria ought to be? Why are they not using all these positive values to make a case for Peter Obi that this man is from the southeast? And look at all the indices coming out from the southeast. So if you give this man opportunity to become the president, definitely it's going to turn Nigeria around. You see all these figures that they brandish about, that Nigeria is the 176th poorest country in the world, Nigeria is the 172 least secured country in the world, Nigeria is the so and so on. If you remove the data from the north, just the data from the north, if you remove that from the entire data from Nigeria, you see that Nigeria will climb to a very appreciable position. So in essence, it is the people that Bwala represents. Those are the people that we should be using to campaign against everything that is wrong with Nigeria. And not the people, not the IPOB, even if they are Igbos, and so what? And so what? The vote clearly showed that Peter Obi got his vote across the nation, but yet they must look for a way to tie him to IPOB. Just five days ago, over 70 people were killed, were died in Katsina, where the president comes from. Yet it will not make news. It's just a normal thing. But let one person die in the southeast, it becomes a national discussion. That's the time people want to emphasize what is going on this in the southeast. Well, let me move to Edo State election. You know, the issues before us as per Edo State election is very, very clear. We really have to be careful, like some people have also emphasized here, that at the end of the day, this division here and there, the power will just go to somebody that is not supposed to be there in the first place. And I don't know this constant attack against the Labour Party, as if the Labour Party is in power, as if Julius Abure equals to the Labour Party. Julius Abure has done whatever he has done and is under investigation, and he will continue to be under investigation. As at the way things stand now, Peter Obi is still supporting the candidate of the Labour Party, Olumide Akpata. We saw Ultimate Equal, who came to this station to come and express his misgivings about what happened. He said he was going to speak with Olumide Akpata, and we saw him just last week here, already working with Olumide Akpata. So I don't know why we'll keep holding on to information that has been brandished by some group of people. If you feel you've been disenfranchised, or you don't like the way the election, the primaries went, is this the best way to go about it? We're all interested in just bringing down the vote, sharing the votes. Are we really interested in this election? Because I hate talking about these people. Because in all sincerity, you guys were given a platform to come and campaign. Since you came, before you guys came to this platform, nobody was aware of your existence. They've come to this platform and they've gone. Since that time, I've not seen one person that they left behind that is doing their work for them. Are these guys really in the race, or they are just there as placeholders? This is a big thought for every person to think about. Are they really in this race? Because if not for anything, it doesn't cost you to campaign on Nigeria Watch. It doesn't even cost you anything to have somebody on the WhatsApp group. But yet, it's only one person that I see every time campaigning for the YPP candidate in the WhatsApp group. So it begs our rethinking if we really know what we are doing. I'm talking about Olumide being a service provider. I don't know. There are some issues that I don't even like to engage in. What is service provider? You want a businessman as the governor of the state? There's a certain Mark Zuckerberg. We know how wealthy that guy is. He's a service provider. We are beginning to play with words just to suit our narrative. And as a governor of the state, you don't have to be a businessman. Being a businessman, you are even messing up everything because Obaseki is ruling the state with the mindset of a businessman. Have you people not heard that they say no brother in business? Because if you are a businessman, you don't care what happens to the people. And that is not what leadership is all about. That is not what governance is all about. Governance is providing service. So the people that are listening, if somebody tells you that Olumide is a service provider, it is not a disadvantage. It is an advantage. That is the biggest advantage that any leader can ever use to describe any leader. Yes, you are a service provider. That makes you a leader that is empathic. At the time, we all know when we say let's be business minded. We all know what that means. Olumide is a service provider because as the governor of the state, you are supposed to provide services in terms of education. Your goal is to provide quality education without any monetary benefit. Your goal is to provide quality healthcare without making it a business venture, without building a hospital and making just going to the hospital to obtain a card, 10,000 naira. That's the mindset, that's the business mindset that Obaseki is using to rule the states now, not even govern. If you are a service provider, you provide quality roads without thinking of how much you are going to make from those roads, without overcharging the people that are using the roads, without increasing whatever you are collecting from market women. If you are a service provider, you provide quality infrastructure to the people that you govern over. That is what leadership is all about. That is exactly what Olumide Akpata, that is the difference he brings. He said he's going to be empathic. And we think we want to campaign against him, but we are just re-emphasizing the quality of what a leader should be. A leader should be willing to provide services to the people. Governing a state is not about profit making. It is about providing services. And those are the things that Olumide Akpata promised to do. And if we think that being the national chairman of the NBA is just about collecting dues, no, it is not like that. The point that we make with that is that people have been there in the past, and it has been there is not enough fund, there's not enough fund. Quarrel. Not until a certain Olumide Akpata came in, and he demonstrated that, look, there's enough funds here if we can block all the leakages. It is the same thing that governance ought to be about. It is the same thing because if he's the governor of the state, if he can block all the leakages like he has done before, reduce unnecessary expenses, the state will have enough to run itself efficiently without putting unnecessary burden on the people. Making the state to be involved in businesses is just by the wayside. I find it difficult not to refer to Mr. Duwa anytime I speak. Mr. Duwa was trying to emphasize why Oakville Cement Factory should be like a cooperative, not business. He also talked about Bender Brewery. State-owned enterprise supposed to be like a cooperative for the benefit of everybody, not in the mindset of the business-like strategy. No, it is about service. You deliver quality service to everybody in the state, irrespective of your age, your tribe, your state of origin, as long as you are in the state. Everybody is treated fairly and equally. You don't just wake up and you because look, you just wake up and give certain part of people of the state huge salary while the other people are crumbling. How many percentage of people got that? Just like 5%, because these are business mind thinking. They want to take advantage of every opportunity. That's how now Lumide has demonstrated efficiency. That is what we use that example of the NBA to give. It is efficiency. You can imagine a state government that takes over R1 billion as security fund. If you can reduce that by 1/3, you're already saving like 630 million every month. And there are so many other leakages everywhere. How much did they budget for the office of the secretary to the state government? How much? What about the chief of staff? How much did they budget for those people? Those are the leakages that ought to be taken care of. And I don't know why we are so concerned about Olumide Akpata, whereas we are concerned about the Labour Party. Whereas nobody seems to be interested about the PDP. We keep questioning the way Olumide Akpata came into power, which is okay. I'm not saying people should not question. I'm not saying it's a free and fair process or procedure. But all I'm saying, as at now, this is the option that we have. As at now, Peter Obi that I look onto is still with Olumide Akpata. Ultimate record, somebody I've known for his integrity for over 25 years. I still see him with him. So the way things stands now, I don't see any other candidate that can match Olumide Akpata. Hello, am I still connected?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Now,
okay,
round up in 1 minute. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Elvis, are you giving us the same time on the platform today at all?
Because yes, now.
As at now. How do
you mean the same time, sir?
I mean that this speaker now is 8 minutes already, if not over.
And I say remain 1 minute now.
As at now, let's look at it, people. You believe in Peter Obi. You don't believe in Olumide Akpata. Peter Obi believes in Olumide Akpata as at now. Please now. Please. Please. And again, I was even taken aback by the comparison yesterday. You compare Obaseki and Aswe Godalo with Olumide Akpata and Julius Abure. Julius Abure is just like a little viper when you look at the Labour Party in general. For me, Julius Abure is just somebody that should be thrown away. Instead of throwing the candidature of Olumide Akpata along with Julius Abure, you throw Julius Abure away. That is all we are saying. Edo State, vote wisely, vote by Mr. Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party. Is your best bet. Thank you very much and good evening, Mr. Naija Watch.
Okay, Oga Chris, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Guys, before I come to you guys, Madam Origin is calling back. Madam Origin, you are calling back again, madam. You have only 1 minute. 1 minute.
Oh, Mr. Naija Watch, you don't want me to contribute for this Edo.
And I give you 1 minute now, Abi. I not try.
No, you not try because Edo is important, and I am now Edo.
Okay, go ahead.
I speak for my candidates. My candidates are the Edo people. Hello, all protocols observed. I am here to speak for the Edo people. And I want to tell you, Edo people, that Mr. Naija Watch, and that is my favorite name for him, aka Mr. Elvis, that's what other people call him. He has given you people the the best you can have in this political climate that you are in, and that was that he called in all the people, which is what in a normal country, in a normal world, in normal where things are working normal, there are supposed to be all the candidates who come and they are interviewed. There has been an interview that took place in Niger Watch TV, and I give you Edo people the list of the people. Mr. Niger Watch, because I'm talking for Edo people, you need to give me 16 minutes. All the other ones are getting 8 minutes. Edo people, Mr. Niger Watch have been able to interview Monday Ogbowole went AWOL. I interviewed Aswe Igodalo, Olumide Apata, Paul, Dr. Isaiah Osifo. There was one pastor that came, and these people, and this is to show that Edo people have what it takes to make a great country. Edo, as far as I know, I think their number, they are over 2 million. So take yourself as a country and ask yourself, what can we do with these people? And now let me tell you, Edo people, I have been doing research and I have come to see that what we have currently for everybody and anybody that is coming to present political party, the Nigerian system as it is, I give it a name, a new title, OLSS. And that is Organization of Looters System Syndicate. And what they do is they have a system where they put whosoever they want to be. And all I'm telling Edo people is, please do not let them take this from you again. PDAPC, I know that Labour Party is wobbly, but what I'm telling you is, please, whatever you do, make sure whatever you do does not end you up in the hand of PDAPC. Obaseki has given Oshimole, giving him the renamed Labour House. That is to show you they are in the same pot.
Thank you, madam.
So with these few things, and please, Mr. Jonathan, you're not a door. Please shine your eye. Stop throwing things under the bus. I beg you. God bless you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Madam Origin. Now, 16 minutes you take talk. I'll deduct her from your prospective call. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. All right, let me take another call quickly. I don't know why Ogashimizi, you are calling back again. Ogashimizi, you don't have call since. Why are you calling now again now? Eh? Ogashimizi, you are not even talking safe.
Yes, Niger Watch. I want to ask question.
Okay, we are listening.
I'm here. Niger Watch.
Go ahead now.
Okay, my question goes to Chris Dublin. What's your guessing how Olumide Abata is best candidate in Edo State? Why would you say Olumide Abata? You know, these people that are dancing, you see the Osho State governor that are dancing. What's his achievement so far? That one will come now, will start dancing for Edo State. Eh? You are telling me he's the best candidate. It's not.
Okay.
I swear he's the best candidate.
So, Mr. Shimeze, can you hear me? You said you are asking Mr. Chris, how is he sure that Olumide Akpata is the best candidate? Now, please, you tell us, how are you sure that Aswa Igodaro is the best candidate?
Man, when a man come out and speak, you will know what he can do.
Okay, all right.
When Aswa come out, the day he came out, you see the protest, you see the angel speaking.
Okay, thank you. 1 minute, don't finish. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Your 1 minute, don't finish. And so I can't turn our all these candidates to angel. None of
Nigeria,
them is angel.
may I answer him?
No, you don't feel talk already now.
No,
Okay,
first
answer
they
that
ask me a
quickly.
question.
Okay, answer the question. 30 seconds.
See, if you the example where you even make that dancing one at the talk, now when Olumi they do marriage, now he dance. And is there anything wrong with dancing? That's number one. And the person you compared him to, Adeleke, Davido's brother, there is a culture of music in their family. And when Olumide brother came, all the salary that Rauf and the person, Tinubu's cousin, that they couldn't pay, the first thing Adeleke did was to clear everything.
Thank you.
He started
Thank you.
paying them full salary.
Thank
Follow
you.
the
Thank you. Thank you.
politics
Thank you.
properly, okay?
Thank
Follow it
you. Thank
properly.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, make I play your candidate the me for her.
Wow, excellent.
That video you are playing was during his birthday.
So it doesn't matter. He's dancing. Is there anything wrong with
dancing?
So,
That has got to do with
all this,
governance.
what that got to do with politics? He's enjoying his birthday.
Not be people they fall. So I not see some people they fall from skyscraper.
They are all ignorant of.
Neurosurgeon, they dance. Neurosurgeon, they dance.
Why they not be human being? See me see trouble. Can somebody dance? I don't understand though. Now human being now. Every one of us they dance for me go.
I promise you, a lawyer. You think he's not?
I be promise you now. I be promise you now. Say I go dance if maybe they allow Peter to rule now. Don't forget. I be promise that time now. So,
who you promise? Who you promise?
Okay, go. I not talk to you. You go sit down for one corner. Wait.
Promise and fail.
Not only give they give you the Akbiri.
We are going to ask rock now.
All right, let's move on. See, they just start for comment section. Be like say, Mr. Elvis, now Lumide, you the support. If I play Aswe, be like say, now Aswe, you the support. Some people will say, where you did, show us where you. Can't I? Let me breathe. Let me breathe.
because Mr. Elvis, you are neither here nor there. You are moving, you know. I can see how you are swerving. You are not, you know, clear cut.
And I like them like that.
Let me like them like that. So you just the swerve all over the place.
I'm just doing my thing. Okay. If I talk go this side, now this one is support. Everybody here they look for my own mouth. I beg, make could I leave me alone.
Mr. Elvis, stay in the compound. I told you, don't sit on the fence. Just stay in the compound. Stay outside.
Make you get outside.
If rain they fall, they'll come and beat me for outside.
Stay outside, Mr. Elvis. Don't sit on the fence. So let them go and give you fake black soup. Stay outside. Stay outside the compound.
If I stay outside the compound, you say kidnappers day. I don't understand.
Don't worry. You are covered. Don't worry. But stay outside the compound, please.
Okay. No wala. No wala. I agree to that. All right. Let's move on. Thank you so much, my wonderful people right there. We have two people that just came in. You know, I don't know what the Black Panther can find. I don't know. I
come for one thing.
Okay. Now your turn after your gas him. Then so that we can have our final submission. You know, so go ahead. Or you guys want to manage it yourself?
Okay. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank.
Hold on before you thank everybody. Wait first. Somebody were talking. Who's that?
I say, Mr. Black Panther, what are you doing here now? Why did you come in?
I came because I love Edo State. Because after Edo State came Nigeria.
Okay, Black Panther, speak after me. Say I swear.
No, now I'm not going to happen.
Say I swear.
Swear with you be judge. You be judge.
I just listen. Say I swear.
I don't want the governor or Supreme Court.
Wait first. Just say I swear.
Swear go here now. My religion not let me swear.
No, I swear. Now I say make you talk. You're the talk story.
You cannot be a Vladimir Putin in this congregation.
Say I swear I will not bully you here today.
What do we bully? The people waiting for Labour Party now. The man where come here can't talk. You know, say that I bully pass for the Edo State because it stands for the truth.
Okay. All right. Talk to us now. You have 1 minute.
I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Mr. Nigeria for giving us this medium platform to really speak out of the truth, not just to speak, but to speak the truth. I want to thank the General Overseer of this platform, the mother of all mothers, Mama in diaspora. May God bless you, man. Your consistency, we are learning from you. I want to thank Madam Rita. I want to thank Oga Jonathan, which I came for this evening. And I want to thank my brother, the fellow preachers of the truth, for Akpata to become, and we know he's going to become. If he does not become, then we are going to come to the round table again to start, mourning for the loss of the wealth of the state again. I want to say thank you all. I want to start by saying that the Daniel Bwala case is a case of a man undergoing some psychiatric and needs psychiatric evaluation. Because I used to say this during the time when my daddy they were going to school. When you fail your WAEC, you did not get 5 credits, 4 credits. You have to go and do HSC to be able to go direct entry because you cannot go through the normal door. Now you have to go through the alternate door. That is to tell you that the person that is ruling Edo State, Mr. Gordon Obaseki, to every one of you that have scored 5 credits in your high school to get into the university, you are more brilliant than him. You are more brilliant than him. You only came in through the right door, and at the first sitting, you got a 5 credit. That is to show that you were more brilliant than him. And when we begin to see all these people that use HSC, backdoor to become something, people start praising them. They call themselves technocrats. What is the meaning of technocrats? I come to think about the way the best person that can rule the state. I have always said this thing. If you have never been on the back door where you advocate for truth in wherever tertiary institution you have gone to, you cannot know and you will not know. You keep on playing the politics of Nigeria. A best man to rule a country or a state is a patriot. A patriot, the person that loves the state and loves the people. Everything he thinks about is the people and the state, the well-being and the economy of the state. That is what you need. That is the driving force that can make you a good leader in any ramification. And you must be able to start from somewhere where you lead, and every factors that makes people bad leadership is not part of your bargaining at all. And you must not have any trace, or neither do you have a trace whereby you are linked with somebody who has done the business and you are part of that business. Because of your business interest, you got your own profit and money was stolen out. And you come forward to tell us you want to rule a state. If that cannot happen in the dispensation where we are now, you must not be linked with anything that is corrupt, neither anything that the people have seen that have not worked out for them. You must not be linked with it. When you come out in this dispensation, when you come out, you must come out clean as a single person. That yes, Go and find out anything that I've done wrong, corruption, bring the fact, and I will step down. I will not run again. That is what we should be practicing, because we need a clean nation, and not somebody that will fall from the moon and say, because I am aggrieved with my father, therefore I want to go and have my kingdom of my own. That is not done. If you are in a party, you believe in a party, no matter how the single sin of that person, you will stay there because you believe in the ideal of that party and fight it out. So what we are having today are all sellouts, people that sold out, that they love the state, but their personal ambition will not make them love the state. But they have to achieve it through another means. Those are the people coming out. Our brother from Delta State, may God bless you, that spoke last. The Obidients that spoke from Delta State. That he said, I'm not an Edo State, but I am linked with former Bendel. And this is my advice. The reason why he does that is not because he's an Obidient, it's because he's a patriot of his own father's land, his own state. He loved the truth, and he brought out a critical analysis of what Nigerian politicians, what they do every time. Divide and rule. Sell a package, and the rest, people will take it up. They sold a package and they said, individual, let's look at the individual. We said, no, if you look, we don't have a constitution that says individual can come out. So therefore, that is out. Now, Mr. Jonathan, I want to be selfish now. I want to be selfish because I love my father's land, and I won't be selfish about the Edo State. I want to ask you a question. What interest and what benefit is it to you? Because one, you don't know the political terrain, because Margarita was telling you something which is very critical about analyzing a political terrain. She said something about consistency, because your vote comes from the constituency. And if you are not right on this constituency, you are not well known, what will it benefit you to come out and scatter the vote of your party and give it to the next person? What will they call you if you lose that vote? If you lose, what will they call you? And the next party got the vote. What will they call you? They will call you a sellout. That is why he was advising us to put head together. But Brother Jonathan, you must be very careful, because the way you are pushing things, you don't know the Edo State politics. It is better you advise Edo-like than push them towards place whereby our vote goes to PDP or APC, because they are birds of the same feather, they are brothers and sisters. And if that happens, everybody will come for you. That is how Nigerian politics is. But if it's a modern day politics, they will just say it's your choice. But with this one, every Edo-like will come for you. You have to know the terrain. You have to give advice. You don't have to be doing things as if you have been paid to do it. Are you more Edo-like than Madam Rita or any one of us here? But you have a choice. We know you have a choice. But the way you are pressing is as if you are the godfather of Edo State. And that is not a good thing, because what is going to be your benefit? You are not there. Neither do you have something at stake there. So what is going to be your benefit? If we are losing, it is we that are losing. So why not advise us not to lose, than to bring somebody who had a disagreement with somebody and now went and come out from another party and said, I want to become governor, without a concrete experience that can make you who to be a party. Is it someone that goes to cyber cafe that can be a party? And meanwhile, you're talking about a Okada driver. That Okada driver is a child of circumstances. He's a child of circumstances. It's because we have nobody to fill that gap, and he came in a normal state whereby people comes in and they have funds to buy their listing. A lot of people will come in that are better than him. But he came in and won. We did a mistake. We all knew that we did a mistake. Did he come back to give to the people? No. So what is there? Why are you talking about him? That was the mistake of the Obidients for playing to regalia and vote anything that comes from Labour Party. But this time around, we are vetting this man. We are vetting the governorship aspirant. We are looking at his track record. That is what we didn't do before. And now you are standing as an authority to tell us that it is this boy that can rule better than Apata, who was ruling who you said was a provider. Somebody that is a provider of services. Is he not contributing to the well-being of the country? So why do you think that a businessman can rule? And let me tell you, during Lagos State governorship, one of the governorship candidates between Bwala and Sarumi, this was what happened. They fought and break their head together. And what happened? A man that did not even prepare for the election won this thing. And we all regretted because the man was sleeping all throughout his tenure. And that is how they stole our wealth. His son now is wealthy. As a result of him sleeping on duty, they stole the wealth. Is that what you want for us to give to Edo State? Somebody that we don't even know. We just come from a blue moon. We come and hand over more than 100 billion naira and a debt of almost 450 billion naira to him. How will he manage it? Is the governorship a child's play? Somebody that has not handled 1 billion before, even $500,000 before, is coming out. Somebody that PDP gave a home to do business is coming out. And you say we should support him. My brother, this is all I got to say. You got to know where our interest is in Edo State, and Edo State has been existing before Nigeria. That is why we want to make an example to the rest of the state. And Abia State has gone ahead of us. We are second. We must put in Labour Party, and that it is. If we don't put in, they are after presidential ambition. That is what they are after. If you don't know, they told you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you,
Mr. Elvis, can I respond to him? Because throughout his submission.
Somebody on the phone.
Okay, after that then. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Israel Samota. Thanks for calling in, my brother. Please talk to us.
Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Nigerians. Well, I have tried my best to make Nigerians understand that democracy is all about a government that speaks for equity, fairness, and justice, which Peter Obi stands for. And the reason I portray him was the trait he has during the election and what I see the democratic tendency he has.
Oh, I think your network is failing.
If that tendency in what he stands for equity, fairness, and justice, in Edo we have different, different ethnic groups that actually made Edo. We have a bunch of salad, where you have carrots, cabbage, and lettuce, and they bring something meaningful to the benefit of our state. With this, if that is what he stands for, Olumide Akpata is from the local government of the present day administration. So, looking at the other side, I see two candidates, who actually has not actually come out from all the local government state. And who do I choose? And after critically checking both of them, my final conclusion is Asweni Godalo is the best candidate for the Edo people. You can take it or leave it. Democracy has actually scouted out. And for me, and I believe he will make sure that the continuity of that state, the foundation set on ground, will rule. But most of you might get it wrong. It might not be your own cup of tea. I do not care. But the point is, when Obi comes, I will see if he actually demonstrates what he told the Nigerian public: equity, fairness, and justice. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother Israel. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. I'd like us to move on now. And thanks for your wonderful text right there. I really do appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Okay. Say something.
Hello, Mr. Iris. We're losing Mr. Iris.
There's noise coming from some. There's noise. Can you hear me? There's noise coming from. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can hear you, sir.
Okay. All right. All right. Mr. Jonathan, go ahead. Say what you want to say. You have
Yeah,
on your
yeah, please, Mr. Elvis. Thank you very much. I need to respond to Mr. Black Panther because for about 3 minutes or 4 minutes out of his submission, he mentioned my name all through and my submission not true. So it is appropriate for me to respond. I've said it on this platform that taking the position some people have taken with respect to the Edo State election, you will never be coherent anymore. Never. Everything you said now, so inconsistent. How dare you come here and tell me that I don't know the political terrain of Edo State? How dare you come on the platform on Niger Watch and tell me that what interest do I have in Edo State? I will ask you, what interest do you have in Anambra State and Abia State? Are you more indigenous than Anambra State citizens than those that are from Anambra? Why do you contribute? You see your inconsistency and incoherency? I'm waiting for the day you will make a submission aggressively on Anambra State, on Kano State, on Enugu State, or even on my state, Ogun State. You will mention the name of the governor because you are not from that state. You see the hypocrisy we're talking about. You see the nepotism we're talking about, the tribalism we're talking about. How dare you tell me that? How dare you tell me that because I am not from Edo State, what interest do I have there? First of all, I'm a Nigerian. And perhaps you don't know. I'm not going to assume you don't know. Edo State is part of Nigeria. And I am in Nigeria. So I have interest because I can pack my load here now, pack my family, and decide to go and live in Edo State.
Thank you.
Every PC delivered in Edo State will affect me, will affect my family. So whatever I do now is consistent. How dare you say that? You can never be coherent. You will be so inconsistent. And you will come here on this platform, even by the end of today, you'll be talking about Abia State. You'll be talking about Anambra and Kano State as if you are from that state. Please bury that and don't say that again for the love of respect that I have for you. If you cannot stay on policy, I've come after your candidate today. I say it's a candidate is a service provider. You can't hold that. And somebody came here and said, you don't have to be a businessman. You don't have to be a lawyer too to be a governor. You heard that too. If you don't have to be a businessman to be a governor, you also don't have to be a lawyer to be a governor too. You can never be consistent. Your argument will just be counteracting each other, counteracting each other all over the place. Are you kidding me now? I don't know the political terrain of Edo State. What political terrain of Abia State do you know? What political terrain?
Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you.
Please.
Thank you.
For the sake of respect. Bury that.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. To me, I'm happy that you responded to that because that statement from Black Panther, I totally disagree with it. It's a very wrong statement asking somebody that is in Nigeria what interest they have in your state. Then you should be able to explain to the platform what does the platform stands for then. Is the platform for your state? That's what you should be asking yourself. Is Nigeria Watch for your state? Nigeria Watch is not for your state. It's not for my state. It's not for anybody's state. Nigeria Watch Media is for Nigeria. So for you to be on this platform to ask anybody what interest do you have in the state is totally wrong. You know, let me take this call quickly. I'll finish that statement shortly. Mr. Israel, you are calling back again. You are live. Please talk to us.
Yes.
Yes.
Today, as I was working, something just happened or just occurred to me. And I listened to that, my brother speaking, and it happens to me just today. As I was talking about something that has to do with the nature of our state, somebody actually called me and said, if you are not from that state, you don't have any business. And I didn't ask this person. You see, the problem we have in Nigeria is people, that is what they're using as a weapon to diminish other candidates other than throwing a debate. What gives you the right to tell a Nigerian that they cannot speak in the terrain called Nigeria? If you actually somebody who understands what is called politics or what is called a state, you should understand that anybody born in the territory of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has right to speak wherever it is in that territory called Nigeria. As Section 43 has mandated every Nigerian that they have right to express their opinion. So people then use that, and that is why today in Edo you start hearing Omoto. And I asked him, what is the meaning of Omoto? Oh, he came from Lagos, he came from this, he came from this. Is that what the people actually need? Why not bring the candidate to debate and tell the Edo people what they intend to do if given the mandate to rule? Why are you using this kind of rhetoric propaganda to actually silence people with their own franchise? That is a total a capital rejectamento. If you live in a system, a country where they have the rule of law and there's actually a proper democracy, the authority will deal with you. That is what the institution, and that is why today we have broken institution and they don't deal with such cases, because you can't tell a Nigeria that they cannot speak in their own territory under their right. That is a pure violation of the rule of law. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mr. Israel. To be honest, Black Panther, if I were you, take that back, because that's a tribalistic statement. And,
Mr. Naija Watch, can I say something, please?
Yeah, defend it.
See, Mr. Naija Watch, I know my statement, the statement I'm making, I know the statement I'm making. If everyone is covered with tribalistic instinct in them all the time, somebody mention, give a question, people are covered and thinking from a tribalistic side. I am not thinking from that side. I am not thinking from that side. The interest is interest. No, Mr. Naija Watch, you are saying something that is contradicting my word.
Did you ask him what interest he has in Edo State?
I said I am going to be greedy and selfish with my speech now. Watch my first statement, and people should not just drive like a navigator and drive through as if they come here and tell me the constitution of Nigeria as if I'm a blind person.
My friend, you are just defending the indefensible. Please,
Mr. Madam Rita asked me a question. Wait now, let me talk, please.
No.
Let me talk. Madam Rita asked you a question. Madam Rita asked you a question. Let me answer it now. I'm answering it. I'm answering it. If you don't want me to speak, go. Forget about it now. Forget that. I can't take my word back. That's fine now.
No. You are not talking to a kid here.
If you don't want me to speak, I can't take my word back.
No. You can't say it again. Just keep quiet. Let's keep quiet. Keep quiet. Keep quiet.
Okay.
Keep quiet.
All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. Thank you. Let me say this. Black Panther, you see, is your cup of tea if you want to take any word back or not. But the stigmatization is already stamped on you. So that's the reason why people ask people to take words back, so that you can be easily and be quick to be forgiven. So if, for example, somebody say, no, I'm not taking my word back, nobody is going to cry. It's not going to affect
Mr. Naija Watch, he said I should not speak. He's giving me an order.
No,
he said I should not speak. So you cannot override my thought.
1 minute, I listen to you for 1 minute, 15 seconds. You are spinning. Mr. Elvis, I want you to talk. I don't want him to talk on this matter again. He has gotten the opportunity and he blew it.
Hold on, please. Mr. Jonathan, this is not right. Please, let me speak. Black Panther, for the last time, I ask you, did you mention that, wish I was here, but it's better I hear from you again. Did you mention or say that Mr. Jonathan doesn't have any interest, or what interest does he have in Edo State?
Yes, I mentioned it, that what interest does he have in Edo State? And the reason why I mentioned it is that the question Madam Rita asked him, he did not answer it. He had never voted in Edo State before. He had never participated in a Edo State election before. So that is why I'm asking him that question.
Mr. Elvis,
that's why I'm asking him that.
Please, can I speak, Mr. Jonathan? Please, you hold on now. Mr. Jonathan, Black Panther, Madam Rita said, ask are you telling me Madam Rita asked Mr. Jonathan if he have ever voted in Edo State before?
No, I said Madam Rita asked him, what do you know the the senatorial zone? He asked me about a question of senatorial zone. It's asking me about the interest itself indirectly, because he doesn't know the 3 geopolitical zone, and Madam Rita just opposed it with the candidate. Does he have anybody on there? Then Mr. Jonathan was clamoring on it, doing damaging control, damaging the other candidate. That is not good.
Hold on. Black Panther, do you know, no matter how you try to defend yourself now, but I'm going to leave this matter now after this last question. But do you know it is wrong for anybody in Nigeria to ask any Nigerian, what interest do you have in Edo State, in your state? Do you know it's wrong?
It is wrong in Nigeria, but it's not wrong universally.
Okay.
That's where I stand.
Let's leave it. Let's leave it there.
Let me move on. Let me just move on. Thank you very much. Everybody entitled to their statement. Everybody have right to portray themselves how they want to do it. So it's not my duty to tell people how to speak. Mr. Israel, you are calling back again. This is the last time you're going to speak. Please go ahead quickly.
I think there are teams that is very, very manipulative when we call ourselves people who are supposed to educate. When you use the word, it is wrong in Nigeria. It is okay that is globally. That is a total fallacy. Please, in the United States, you have what is called the First Amendment right. Every citizen of the United States, in the territory called Nigeria, it is a crime to tell anybody he can decide to leave Abia State and come and live in Edo State, and he has the right to vote and be voted for. Go and check the section of the law. Stop changing things, stop changing goalposts. And this is where we are today. We are blaming Tinubu today to say he said a Milocon, whereby we are using the tendency to educate people, indoctrinating them to go back to Egypt.
Okay. Thank you.
It's factual here. It is totally wrong.
Please hold on.
It's not. It's a lie.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Elvis, can I speak something?
No. Everybody hold on. Let me say this before I will, Madam Rita, before you can use 30 seconds, because our gas CM is still waiting. I want to let everybody that is listening to me right now, or whoever that will be playing this video later on, to understand one thing. You see why I always say that on this platform, it will be difficult for anybody to match me. You know why? Because we'll be friends today, tomorrow might become either enemies, or you hate me or whatever, because of my statement, my stand, and my footprints. The reason why I supported Peter Obi, I've said it so many times, and I'll continue to say it, because I checked that man. I did a personal research on him by myself, and I decided to say, this is the right man that I want to call my president. And ever since I started supporting that man, Mr. Peter Obi, I've made a lot of improvements in my own life, because I see that man as a mentor, regardless of politics. Take that out of. Then let's come to what I'm trying to say quickly. When you are speaking on this platform, I'm talking to everybody right now. So people might think, okay, and a Black Panther, it's better you, because before you make the mistake tomorrow, it's better you listen right now. When you are speaking, you must always listen to yourself. First, think of how people will feel with your words. If you are angry, you are standing by your word, and your word is a general thing, that's not a problem. But when you are using words, tribalistic or ethnicism, demonstrating the satanism of ethnicism, the same ethnicism that you and I are fighting for here, Sometimes when we are demonstrating it on this platform, we don't realize it. And not just one person that has done it. So many of you have done it on this platform indirectly. Even maybe you don't realize it, or you are trying to be smart by doing it for people not to suspect you. You see, anybody, regardless of who you are, using a word, asking anybody what interest you have in Edo State is an insult, is a tribalistic statement, and I don't know how to describe it. It is wrong in every ramification. Anyhow you look at it, it is wrong. If I were my brother, instead of, you see, I talk about this on this platform all the time, that we should argue to learn. Don't ever argue to win. When you've been caught on something, the only way you can go about it is by just saying, oh, I didn't realize using that. I'm sorry, my brother. I take that back. But we not start trying to defend what I wanted to say. You have said it. Don't tell me what. In fact, the area why the verse put for this platform, you guys should know now. When somebody is trying to tell me what I wanted to say, I'm not interested on what you wanted to say. I'm only interested in what you have said. You have spit it out, and that is my interest. And the only way you can sort or amend things like that is by saying, I apologize. But when you are trying to defend it, oh, no, make una listen. What I wanted to say, no. Before you tell us what you wanted to say, you should be able to bring yourself down to say, I apologize for that statement. This is what I was trying to say, and I mistakenly said this. But when you don't apologize, you are trying to defend that statement. It's my problem. That's why when anybody makes statement on this platform, nobody should come here and be telling us, no, Mr. Elvis, Mr. Najawa, what the person wanted to say. No, I don't like that. You know, say, now you all use your head, carry the pain where that person they face. Because you can't come here and be telling me, because you and I criticized so many people that were coming to our Rise and channels that were telling us what Tinubu wanted to say. Most of his statements then, during the time of 2023 general election, when we are talking about it here, we see these people, you and I call these people disgraceful elements. You and I criticize them that they are trying to defend the indefensible. But sometimes when we start portraying, or rather doing the same thing, replicating the same thing that we are against, then because even though I know none of us is perfect, but somebody is bringing it to your face, even though I have the record here by myself, Black Panther is still saying, no. I ask you so many times, Black Panther, you know, on this platform, your voice is very, very important. You should know that. You have your own followers, apart from your Nigerian Watch, you have a strong voice. A lot of people come here, they like you, they love you, and are part of the people that love you on this platform. But one thing you must understand is this. Please, stop sometimes when things are not going how it's supposed to be. When you are doing something wrong, please stop. You know, hold on, guys. Let me see. I think we have somebody on the backstage that want to. Please write on the comment section who are you and what do you want to talk about, so that I can bring you in quickly. Just write that. Yeah, you can do that now. Thank you. Okay, you see, when we are talking, this satanic person just came in, tried to bring down the channel. This satanic person. You see why I normally say that you guys should be turning on your camera. Let me put his picture on the face so that you guys can see him, because our system have already captured him already. Like I said, we normally capture the people, anybody that comes here. That's him. Look at the satanic person on the screen. He just came in to strike the channel. You guys can see him right there. All right? These are the devils that come here all the time, sent by the same Nigerians, the same our people. Go use them, may they take come, may they attack us. We get them all the time. but sometimes I don't talk about it. I just move on, you know. But meanwhile, let me move on. I'd like to quickly, Madam Rita, you wanted to say something, please. You have
Yes, Mr.
seconds.
Elvis, thank you very much. I'm just going to be very quick. And the reason why I want to say something is because my name was mentioned, and I think we've had this discussion in the past few weeks ago when me and myself and Mr. Jonathan were speaking, and I told him the reason why I asked him the question. The question was, have you ever been to Edo State? And he responded, he said, yes, he has been. And I told him the reason why I asked him was because the political terrain is quite different. That question wasn't asked in such a way to make it seem like as if he didn't have any stake in speaking about Edo State politics, because I myself, I speak about the Lagos State politics. I'm not from Lagos State. I speak about Anambra, even Kaduna that we talk about. You understand?
Hey, Madam Rita, why did you ask me if you know the geopolitical zone? Why?
What do you mean? I don't understand. Geopolitical zone in terms of what?
That's what you were listening to Black Panther. He said that's what you
Yes.
said. You were asking.
No, okay, yes. It was today. No, I wasn't. I was talking about the three geopolitical zones. These were my words. I said the candidate that you are supporting, is he known in any of the three geopolitical zones? Mr. Elvis, you can play back what I today's show. And that's where my question came from. So I don't know how Mr. Black Panther kind of like worded it. And I felt, to be honest, that what Black Panther was presenting, it was quite offensive. But I don't want to speak on behalf of him, but I understand why Mr. Jonathan was upset.
That it was both of you that were.
It wasn't that. No. I wasn't even asking in the context of if somebody is from the state. No, I was talking about in terms of politics, not about you don't have stake or whatever. No. And Mr. Israel, there's something that you talked about. Anyway, I think when it's my turn, I will speak. I don't want to overdrag it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Efeman, I know you're on the backstage. I'll bring you in when it's time for you to speak. But for now, Mr. Alex is joining us as well. But let me call on Oga CM. After Oga CM, we'll bring Mr. Alex. You know, Oga CM, please, before you go ahead, sir. Before you go ahead, sir, please hold on. Let me pick this call, and I have something to tell you as well. Tony Africa, you are calling in. Please talk to us. You have 1 minute because it's past 10 already. Good evening to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I've been on the comment section. I wrote and saw all my comments there,
Yeah.
And then I'm just appealing that Jonathan should take it easy. The other time, somebody, Rita, the other time I was cautioning you, please don't be doing this. Not only you, none of the guys. So nobody is more told than anybody that is present at Nigeria Watch Media. And you have all the archives on your record. Anytime when I speak, they say that I'm trying to, this it's just so crazy. Oh my God, when they make like don't born, just because I mean, not someone like he's a great man, who is highly respected by all Africans. What the hell is going on? I'll be cautioning Madarita.
No, Madarita is Black Panther. Leave Madarita alone.
No. Madarita planted that so she saw that seed of hatred. And then I'm not even sure that she's from Edo State.
Okay, thank you. Maybe she's from Kanu. She's not the year new.
She's not from Edo State. And she's not disturbing people that are from the old West.
Okay.
Anybody from Ogun State, from Benin City. I'm from Abeokuta also. I'm from Ibadan. Nobody can prevent me from speaking about the origin of those areas. Please.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Mr. Elvis, I have to respond. I'm sorry.
I'm picking calls, please. I'm picking calls. If you want to respond, anybody can respond to anything. Amashola, I'm returning your call quickly. You've called so many times. Good evening to you, sir. You have 1 minute. Please talk to us. Good evening. Yes, sir.
I only want to speak on Bwala's comments.
Go ahead. 1 minute.
Bwala is part of the group. Is the democracy record keeper of criminals in the country. Obi is not amongst them. That is why he does not have that kind of record. He is not a thief. EFCC does not have a record of stealing around him. There is no evidence of him looting money. That's the reason why he does not have democratic credentials. because the people that have democratic credentials are all thieves in Nigeria. And I'll keep saying it. And every politician is a thief.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, I'm not taking any calls anymore tonight. It's already past 10. Even though you called for nothing next tomorrow, I'm not going to pick. I just wanted to pick that calls. And then I'm done. Okay, we have two people on the backstage. F. Emmanuel, you have been confirmed. To Nigeria, you will not be confirmed, so you might be there for the next 78 years. So if you on your camera for 2 seconds, I can't see you. I'm only seeing all this, this thing. Now I can see you now. Okay. All right. Ogaciem, please, I would like you to talk to us. When you are finished, when you are done with your submission, the next person should be Mr. Alex. Then I'll now bring in F. Emmanuel and To Niger. Please, for once they give you their submission, we'll do a for 4 minutes final submission, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everybody. All protocols duly observed. I thank you, people, for what you've said. Actually, I was loading something on the private chat. It's from Nigerian Bureau of Statistics because of what Daniel Bwala is saying. You see, I've been reading it. I wanted to make a comparison, although we already know the answer, but I need to put it out. Probably he's listening or somebody will take it to him. One, he said P2B has no history of democratic credential. Okay. This thing called democracy, people define it the way they want, but I won't be bamboozled. See, a man who contested the election and won, he was rigged out. He struggled with Chris Ngige in Anambra State between 2003 till 2006 before he was declared winner. Then the court has to tell Ngige, get out. Then Ngige handed over after 30 months. P2B started. 6 months into his regime, he was impeached. Yet, no talk, no arms. He went through the due process of the law, the rule of law. Up to the Supreme Court, they restored him again. I think after 1 year, he was impeached again, 2 times. He quietly, nothing like a gang or let the, mobilize your private army. Nothing. He said, because people came to him, I remember them, people came to him to say, prominent Anambrian citizens said, why should you allow these people to mess you up? Give them what they want. Is that not the way it is? Have you ever heard that they impeached a governor? Talk to when they serve you impeachment notice, what it means is that you come and see them. Tell somebody, even if you can't send us. P2B said this thing one time. P2B said, no, I haven't done anything wrong. If they want to impeach me, let them impeach me. But the word we hear that I will be the first governor that was impeached for doing the right thing. The way he talks and for saving money. They say he was saving money without authorization. Who authorized him to save money? This is a governor when people like Yaya Bello are being accused of 84 billion. So with all this type of record, so is that not a democratic credential? You see, that why I want to put this here, I want people to reason with me. Is this a person who has gone through this type of baptism? Is that not democratic? Is the person not democratic enough? Democracy means government. It's a respect for the rule of law. The ingredients, what keeps democracy going is the rule of law. Insofar as you are willing to put yourself through the court, go through the Nigerian court with all the adjournment. He went all these things, he gone all this, and then yet after 8 years, he was declared as the best governor in Nigeria for the first 20 years of democratic dispensation, 1999 to 2019. Nigerian Union of Journalists, all of them, they voted P2B. Say he's the best, despite being impeached twice in office. And yet he left 75 billion naira after all that he did. In fact, some of the things he did, I've even forgotten. So all these things, I don't know what them. You see, that's why sometimes these people that claim they are so educated, I don't always like to brag, but I've read a lot. But I don't like to brag. I don't believe that. I still want it to. If I don't know, if I'm not original in my thought, I put it in context. You see me here quoting people. I like quoting people, so that when you are talking, that is the hallmark of a scholar. If you can't be original, bring a context, make reference. So with all these things, Daniel Bwala is still saying that Peter Obi hasn't got a democratic credential. Nigerians, you have to judge. Now, who is Daniel Bwala? Where does he come from? Daniel Bwala is one of those kids that they allow that they will score 2% or 7% because he's from Borno State to get into a unity school. That is to say, Federal Government College Warri, or Federal Government Girls College Benin, or maybe Federal Government College Enugu, or whichever. These are the type of people. And then to get into the university to study law. We all know it now with 120. He may not even make the cutoff. They are called educationally disadvantaged states, EDS. EDS, that is what they are called. ABU has to organize a special program called the Interim Joint Matriculation. They don't write jump. They will think they are doing A level. They go there and do O level. In the end, I did my youth service in Kano. I've seen people that fail school SAT, English F9, school SAT, that West African examination school certificate, taken in Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Gambia, 5 countries. I've seen people get F9, but they will get into BUK Kano and said, where is your English? Said, this is to show that they've done an advanced course in English language where Kano State School of Preliminary Studies is all over Borno State. This is where Daniel Bwala came from. And he's now coming to talk. I don't want to say, we all know what he said about Tinubu. In fact, to be honest with you, nobody insulted Tinubu more than Daniel Bwala because he was so vehement when he was working for Atiku, exposing everything, drug here, drug here, drug here. In the end, imagine. That's why sometimes they say the Igbo man said, make your words sweet and soft in case you may have to swallow them. Now look at Daniel Bwala. Now, apart from him as a person, look at the area. If Obi is patriotic, that's why Obi is saying, I want Nigerians to enjoy the dividends of democracy. I want what I've got, what I enjoy. I want others to enjoy it. If I open this thing, if you see the poverty rate in northern Nigeria, in Borno State, the percentage literacy, that is people that what they call numeracy and literacy, English and just like read and write, 23%. That is part of every 100 is only 23 that we manage. Compared to Anambra that may have 90 something, all these people, all the South, just what I was checking, 99. I think the lowest you see in the South will be either 82. And this is where Daniel Bwala comes from. He's not troubled, not worried, because worry is a different thing. So Daniel Bwala is not troubled that his state, Borno State, is having 23% literacy rate in Nigeria. Now, if you look at it again, what they call a under 5 mortality, 91.7%. In other words, 92%. High mortality rate. In other words, as they are giving birth to them, they are dying. Never mind that when later they will tell you that they are more populated than they know. How can, with that desert, how can a child survive? Where is immunization rate? Poor. That's what I put that statistics. Yeah? So if you check, these are under 5 for people when over reach 5 years. Then infant mortality, 60%. Is that the type of, and Daniel Bwala is not shocked. He's not troubled. He sleeps at night. And this is your state. Now you've gone down to go and be doing houseboy for Tinubu. Tinubu is from Lagos, the former governor of Lagos State. Why not tell Tinubu, since if you are working with Tinubu, you should have telling Tinubu, say, look, Tinubu, look at your state. Look at the infant mortality in Lagos. Look at this, Ogun State, Lagos State, at least the surrounding. Please, can you help us reduce literacy from, infant mortality under 5 from 92%? Please, let's bring it down to even if it's 70 or 60. Yet he's there making noise and they're attacking P2B. Why I have to expose this is that sometimes there's no point calling names. You defeat people with facts. What I've quoted from the facts I've quoted are from Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. It's not me that made it up. And this is for the year they want to put in there. So Borno is a country. In fact, I think somebody said it is, Chris. If you remove all those states, all those Sharia belts, Nigeria will never be the poverty capital of the world. So they are dragging people back. I thought people like Daniel Bwala, who claim they are a lawyer, you should go and help your people. Is this thing that Obi saw? Obi said no. Whether I'm president or not, these people must have a clean water to drink. That's why Obi is going to Borno to go and sink borehole. And Daniel Bwala, who is opposing it, I'm from Anambra. I should be the one telling Obi, don't give them water. Bring that money, come and put it in my village. We want to repaint our market square. No, but we're encouraging him. Obi is going there to give them drinking water and Daniel Bwala, rather than doing what Obi is doing, or even telling Obi, come and help me. You see, some people do not even love their people. That guy is just a fraud. Fraud, not because he stole, but in terms of intellectual fraud. He doesn't know what he's saying. I'm ashamed. I wish I would encounter him in a debate. I will be showing him figures. I will say, this is Anambra where I come from. This is Borno where you come from. What have you done for your people? Look at the poverty rate in Borno State. Look at the survival rate under 5. Forget about it. We say one man marry 4 wives, and then they be pregnant them before he say 18 years, they got 4 wives. How many of them get to 5 years old? How many of them in mortality? That's what we are checking. How many of them survive? It's not that you give birth like cockroach. Then every year you are inflating. Every year you are inflating Nigerian population. Just the hammer, they go. How many of them survives? By the way, for a man who knows that if you have 3, they are going to reach 50 or 60 or 70, you don't bother. But for a man who knows that out of this thing, I better give birth to up to 50. If not 2 survive before they reach 21, I go take. So that is the nonsense we are seeing. And that is what is dragging Nigeria backwards. Yet people like that will just come and be saying, hey, Obi is this. Obi is without blemish. He's not a saint, but there's nothing you can hang on him. In fact, the only thing that can bring Obi down, let me say, people should listen to me. Just like what they taught us in those days, you don't just say, hey, I will start to use a protection. I don't want to get HIV. You start being careful the day you do test and be negative. That is when you start. You don't just jump and say, so for anything that can bring Obi down is the scandal Obi will develop today, we have today. Because up until 2023, no scandal. Up until even, let me just say last month, even yesterday, no scandal. So going forward, unless Obi has a personal scandal that is traceable to him, that is when people will now know that. But as at now, I mean, you don't learn the use of left hand at old age. So since he has survived it to over, I think he's over 60 now, there's nothing anybody can do. He will be careful. He can never attract opprobrium to himself. So why is Daniel Bwala trying where others has failed? There is no need for all this. Daniel Bwala, if you are listening to me or if you have your satellites listening to me, please go back to Borno State. Go and help your people. Tell Tinubu, let him even give you extra money. Go and be putting borehole. Tell Obi, thank you. That is what Obi is doing. If you look at the statistics, if I quote another one now, we won't live here. If I give you the percentage who have HIV, 78. This is what I'm seeing. So when you look at all these things, you say all this, I mean, it's terrible. And such a man, his education is a waste. Education is, I believe in education for culture and culture for service and service for humanity. Daniel Bwala's education is a total waste because his people of Borno need him more than even Lagos State or Tinubu he is serving. Anybody can do the job he's doing for Tinubu. Let him go back home and help his people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Augustine. Thank you. Because I know say if I not come in, you fit talk forever. All right.
Thank you very much,
please, Mr. Jonathan, no, you can't speak now at all. Just mute yourself for now. People, they will never talk at all. You know, anybody that have anything to say, bullet point it. We are coming back to you shortly. Mr. Alex, you have the floor. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Mr. Alex, I'm not going to call you twice. I'm moving on to the next person now. If you are not there. All right.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay,
can you hear me?
Yes, now. Go ahead, sir. Thank you. Good evening to you. Talk to us.
Yes. Yeah. I greet everybody, my social media gladiators. I salute you. I salute your ranks, your tenacity, and your motto of Sunday's doggedness. I want to say thank you so much, and may God bless you. our viewers worldwide, and those on the comment section. I will try to speak today without being ambivalent or without any equivocation. I'll make sure I let you know how and where I stand up to now. Many of you know me, you listen to me a lot. You know my stand already, but I will continue to speak the way I speak. Mr. Najawash, I want to ask you some questions. Because I'm diving straight to Edo State. Because I love straightforward people. I am attracted to uprightness, to people who are honest. I'm attracted to justice, to fairness. Even if you are not 100%, at least be there. Let it be known you are above 50, because nobody is perfect. Mr. Najawash, were you not in this Edo State, and were you not already on the media when Edo State was burning under different kind of protests? And yet our governor and our government was nowhere to be found. We had like 2 or 3 protests when the governor was never available to address the people. That's number 1 question, sir. And number 2, sir, did you not send your cameramen into the forest? Because the government was quiet when governors like Autumn of Benue State, Akeredolu of Ondo State, Wike of Rivers State were fighting Buhari because of the killings that the federal government has indirectly unleashed on Nigerians. And the governor was quiet in spite of the media outcry in Edo State. Kidnappings, raping, killings. You brought out your money, your cameras, your personnel. You sent them to village or villages for first-hand information, because the videos you were receiving were becoming too much. And we watched all those things live. Am I lying? Don't you have those videos? Mr. Najawash, at least you were aware in Edo State when a certain governor of Rivers State boastfully said 15% derivation money Buhari paid to oil producing states, including Edo State, has been paid. He said, ask your governors what they did with that money. And we cried out in Edo State. Did the governor come out to tell us anything? He sent a surrogate. Somebody came to speak for him. Did he come to tell us this is the money we got and this is how we spent it? And Mr. Najawash also, because me, I am a very pragmatic person. Were you not in Edo State when local government was shut down for 4 years in spite of the media outcry? Markets were smelly, dirty. My dear brother, didn't you carry your cameras to different parts of Edo State where the roads done by the governor were already pulling off even before the contractors left the sites? Some of us call those roads biscuit roads. Just to say few among so many. I'm going to explain without any characteristical or catastrophe. I want you guys to listen. I'm going somewhere. This same political party that produced a leader that did all these things I'm telling you, and many more. I'm not saying he didn't do other things. He built secretariat, he's paying salary. Okay, fine. I will score him 20 over 100. Will you allow such a party to still produce a leader for you under this same governor that ruled Edo State with iron fist against the court injunction? More than 5 communities around my area were surrounded by 10,000 military and paramilitary armed men to the teeth. Communities were brought down. People's livelihood, people's investment. Allegedly, many of our sons and daughters took their lives across the world in diaspora because those were their only investments. There was no sign of remorse. The governor never came out to say, okay, this is what we are doing. This is what we are going to do. The guy ruled us in the past 3 years with iron hands. And people are telling me to vote this same party. I mean, this is not a language of Kabaka. So it's when the Poland minister came out in Poland after the Second World War. When Poland was liberated, he said, what saw war? What saw war? What we saw on this platform, let alone the land grabbing issues. Yes, they eventually did something about it. But before they did something about it, our government was ready to cede Mr. Najawash 20% of Edo arable land to Ruga. Mr. Najawa, did you not organize overnight? You and civil rights organizations and prominent people on this platform, like Mommy Diaspora, Madam Rita, I myself, a lot of them who are not here anymore. We all organized a protest to stop that bill that was to be a law. It was to be there forever. 20%. Because our governor has gone to Abuja to romance, allegedly with Buhari those days. A man that supervised people being taken out like that is not worthy. His party is not worthy to bring me another successor. It's my right. It's my opinion. You can't stop me from doing that. And I speak with facts, venom, truth, pain, patriotism. Where was APC when these things was happening? Obedient movement gave birth to the rise and the climbing of the Labour Party in Edo State. At least APC was already on board. So for me, I just feel we should call a spade a spade. Till now, since 4 years or 8 years, we've never heard our governor come to give us account. PDP government to give us account on the public expenditure of our resources. They don't care. They just move on like that. They don't care. I've never heard, apart from we are borrowing, we receive so and so, they are printing money. You were doing all those things. Suddenly it dawned on you that you are leaving power and you might be probed. Eventually you might face the law. So you are in your party is desperate to replace you with somebody who is your friend for 40 years. For me, I say kabutu rejectamento to that. It's against my philosophy. It's against my idiosyncrasy. It's against my personal modus operandi and modus vivendi and my personal stand. For me, Teos Voitos, I would say, may God help us, that is. For me not to be around the house and a goat is giving birth with rope tied to her neck. I would do that. And those have suffered. Yes, they are taking advantage of them. They are buying them. You are seeing the crowd. The crowd is not, for me, I can say in my own opinion, is not organic. People suffered. People are hungry. People are unemployed. It tried, but it's not good enough. Obaseki and his PDP party should leave us alone. No, Edo is more Edo than any Edo person. Leave us alone. Run your tenure and go and face any panel of judges who wants to summon you. And those have allegedly written petitions. And I'm sure the law will take its course. So PDP for me is a no-no. It's a no-no. APC for me is a no-no because for me, they are just intertwined. They are the same. They cross, they recamp, they decamp, and they encamp. So these guys are the same. Edo is bleeding. Edo is bleeding. Secretariat and 70,000 naira minimum wage is not enough for 7 years. Those are still unemployed. Our villages are still, are still in carcass. There is no meaningful development. No meaningful. I was full of hope in 2020 when I was campaigning for the same government. I did it. I can beat my chest. But to my regret, I didn't know how people can switch off on you after you fight for them. So I want you to know that snakes move with snakes. Lions move with lions. A den of snake cannot produce you a sheep. One Mr. Chimeze Dadu call. I would like to know the state where you come from. I've got a word for you. Yes, I've got a word for you because I will just end it there. When you call and I want to know the state you come from in the east, and I have something to tell you later on. As for Bwala, for me, I don't take Bwala seriously. I will never take him seriously. He's doing a job. He's desperate. I don't know if he's broke. I'm just, speaking on hypotheses. I'm just speaking, on my own. I'm just thinking aloud politically. The guy seems to be disturbed. He seems to be after something that is not just within his reach. He seems to be craving for attention. The same, he's in the same class with Reno Mokri. I see them as political hallelujah boys who are looking for the, for the handshake of the ruling elite class in Abuja. So I really hope he treads with caution because the social media never forgets, the social media never forgive, and the social media keeps history these days. If I'm back to Edo State, if I were PDP Edo State chapter, I will be apologizing to Edo people. I will be apologizing for fake promises like Gelegele Seaports, International Cargo Airports, allegedly 51 billion naira derivation money paid by Buhari government lack of transparency, borrowing of money, absenteeism of the governor and the government. I mean, the list is endless. And the Embato, fiasco or Waterloo, the gladiatorial, fiasco going on between the royal house and the government, allegedly, directly or indirectly. It's enough for you to pack your bags, apologize to the people, and resign. So Nigeria was, as usual, this man, Logomaki, Logomaki, Ali Vitia, Logo Apacha. Please, Labour Party remains the only party to be trusted due to what Alex Otti is doing in Abia State. Apart from Alex Otti and Peter Obi, I will tell you, politicians just want to use you and I and dump us like they've always done. They've done it before and they will do it again. But Alex Otti has proven you can vote for me and I will definitely deliver. Olumide Akpata will do the same with the influence of Mr. Peter Obi. Thank you, Mr. Najawash.
All right, Mr. Alex, thank you very much. You started by saying you want to ask me a question. So you were not actually asking me questions, you were referencing to things that we've done here in the past in those days, which is absolute fact and truth, 100%. So yeah, thank you very much for your submission, my brother. I appreciate you. Thanks for your stand. For me, I believe everybody they are entitled to whoever they're supporting at this moment. If you're supporting Mr. A, preach for your Mr. A to emerge as the next governor of those states. If you're also demarketing other candidates, demarket them well. But don't attack individuals that are supporting their own candidate. Let everybody be expressive to support whoever they want to support. The best way to do these things is by promoting more of your candidate and demarket whoever that is trying to compete with your candidate with facts. And that is what I do. I appreciate every one of you. Now, God bless you. Okay, now everybody on the panel have spoken, but I need to bring two people in. So I'll pull just two people in the backstage for now to bring two people in for now. Then I'll bring you guys in back again when it's ready, when it's time for you to give your final submission. Mr. F. Emmanuel, thank you very much, sir. It's your turn right now. I'd like you to talk to us 8 minutes. Then after you will be to Niger. Mr. F. Emmanuel, you have the floor. Good evening to you, sir.
My big brother, Oba Atokbe, he says, my two people here, I greet on now, Madarita, I do baleo, Nona give me wife, Mr. Alex, he just finished talking now. I hello, I greet you for that wonderful submission. Black Panther, I throw a salute. Prince, I hail too. Mr. Jonathan Kingsley, Eka Sosao, Ekubado. Then who is that? Okay, to Niger, I greet you as well. All right, Mr. Dr. Professor CM, I throw a cap for you. You see, I was listening to all this political kamikaze, all this political back and forth that is happening today, both from Arise and the Niger Watch, and also in Edo. Very simple. Whether we like it or not, somehow, these politicians, they have succeeded to sow seeds of division in our individual lives. We might not be manifesting it, we might be covering it up, whether we like it or not. They have succeeded in sowing little seeds. That is why when I heard Jonathan talking about what Black Panther said, I understand the area is coming from. Me, I'm not from Edo. I'm a born, correct Riversman, Port Harcourt boy. But thank God I grew up in the north. I grew up in Kaduna. But what happened? I ate black soup and I entered World Chance and I became Edo in-law. So what am I trying to say? whether we like it or not, whether you are from Edo or you are from Benue, as long as you have that passport that has green, white, green, you are in Nigeria. And at this time and age, this dispensation where intermarriage is happening across board. I didn't marry from Rivers. I married Edo. That is why I used to tell people, be careful with the black soup. Be careful. All those folks, those of us here asking for black soup, be careful, because I'm first-hand experience. That is for that. So, Daniel Bwala is only doing the work of his paymaster.
Is black soup addictive?
Hey, Dr. C,
Dr. C, you asking?
No go that out, too. No go that out, too. Wait till I see for my shokoto. Make it not happen to you. Just leave him. It's all right. So Daniel Bwala, like I said, is doing his paymaster's job. He has nothing to offer. So people like that, in the words of Madam Rita, make he enter house. It's as simple as that. And the more we discuss him, it's like the more we are bringing him into this limelight. He's looking for attention. People like that, when they talk, just ignore them. He's looking for Naira and Kobo in his pocket. How can he say such a thing? Somebody who has, P2B, who has been a governor for 80 years, say he doesn't have political antecedent or whatever. Really? Oh, I just pity this guy. He has totally lost his reputation. Totally. I don't want to spend time on him. I want to say something about my lovely Edo people. I know we are getting close to the D-Day. I know every one of you have his own candidate. The only thing I will say is, who is in your heart of heart, that you think that can bring about change in Edo State? Let's forget all these talking here and there, because these guys say Baba. What happened? Obaseki, how far, how market? So it is one thing to support them. It is one thing to, hail them, speak on their behalf. But it is another thing when they get into that office. It's as if another spirit capture them and they begin to do the opposite. So it's like you buying a bottle of hand sanitizer, and they tell you what is written there is 99.9% keys jam, 99.9%. That is to say, it's not even 100% guarantee. So that 1% that is there can cause a serious harm. So when it comes to human being, there is nothing that is guaranteed. We are just praying to God to help us, in as much as we are still going to make our choice, but then it's still 99.9%, because when they go in there, it's a total different story. Because whether we like it or not, Aswe Igodaro will always do 50% bidding of his master. Mark my word, out of 100%, 50% bidding transaction will be for him and his master. Then 50 probably might be for Edo people. Whether we like it or not, it's only natural. The one that walks through you to get you there, you always want to do 1, 2, 3 of his bidding. Have that at the back of your mind. But my candidates remain Dr. Osifo, Abga. That is my own. I don't know how he's going to get there, but he has my support. So that tomorrow the people will not come and collect their wife from my hand. At least I supported somebody. Abi? So Then finally, this one is for everyone, generally now. Fellow Nigerians, we have only one common enemy in our country. Just one. Just one. It's not the Igbo man, it's not the Yoruba man, neither is it the Hausa man. The common enemy, just like we had it in the days of the military, that we were clamoring for democracy. And eventually we got it, even though somebody's life was taken in the process, which is Bwala. Our common enemy in this democratic dispensation, as we speak, is one. So let's not be killing ourselves, hitting ourselves. Is corruption. Corruption, if Igbo man get what he's supposed to get, the dividends of democracy, how someone has his own dividend of democracy, Yoruba man has his own dividend of democracy across board, we won't be fighting now. We won't be cleaning ourselves. We won't be saying, hey, you are not a dope person. What is the interest in a dope? That won't be such a thing. Isn't it? Why? Because the thing is, there is equality, there is equitable distribution of wealth across board. So our common enemy right now, as we speak, that is making us talk about hate, talk about religion, talk about tribe, talk about this and that, is corruption. That is our enemy right now. If that can be solved, I guarantee you, Igbo man can go to the north and get married. Northern can come to Edo and get married. Ishekiri can go to Kwara and get married. So it's as simple as that. So let's have it at the back of our mind. Let's not allow these politicians to keep cracking our heads, because our common enemy is the corruption they have presented to us. So we are not getting what you're supposed to get. That is why we are all hungry. So please have that in the back of our mind, brethren and fellow Nigerians. So let's focus on how to fight this corruption, how to take away these criminals out of the way. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Oga F. Emmanuel. Thank you, sir. I support your wonderful submission. I hope that many of us listening will learn from that. Thank you, sir. Tunaja, please talk to us. You have 8 minutes. Thank you. Good evening to you, sir.
Yeah, greetings, Niger Watch. Thank you for having me. Greetings to everyone on the panel.
Tunaja, I trust how they leave you for backstage now for 78 years before you go enter the
I was laughing like when you said that. That was funny. So yeah, greetings to the chat and to the viewers. Yeah, this week has been interesting with all the news coming through. People attacking each other, attacking P2B left and right. Yeah, but some of the stuff that I've heard from the government every day is dawning on me that this government, the way they have been running the country, they are trying to run into the ground. I can't believe that within a year they've done worse than this thing. Buhari's 8 years, they've done worse than they've done more damage than that. But good news coming out from the Caribbean is that Dangote is revealing some things that people normally don't hear about. He's talking about how some people were trying to block him from being able to build the refineries, and now he wants to go into steel too. And hopefully he wants to, his ambition is to be able to supply West Africa steel. I think that is a positive thing. If this government don't look for a way to sabotage the entire thing. Because one of the Dangote companies actually lost money, MTN lost money, many Nigerian businesses have lost money. That's where all our resources are going in for the foreign exchange nonsense that the government went and did. On Peter Obi, I saw the interview that he did. He said all the things that he normally does regarding the issues, which I agree with. On a macro level, he tends to get it very right. And on implementation level, the way he describes it, he tends to get it very right. And which is very interesting. That implementation part, Tinubu never explained that to anybody, how he was going to use the money for removing subsidies or how he's going to do so many things. He didn't necessarily explain it to people. But P2B goes into details to try to explain those things, which is a very good thing. But one of the things I wanted to say today that some people may not like.
Please, Tunaja, please hold on. Augustine, please, you can hear me, sir. After Tunaja, please, 8 minutes. Let everybody have for 4 minutes, please. If you can do that for me, thank you, sir.
Yeah. One of the things people may not like that I will say now is that I don't know. Maybe I'm setting too much high standard for Peter Obi. But I find his strategic silence sometimes very disturbing. And now, when I start from, I'll try to list some of them and that I find a little bit disturbing. I can excuse the ones that occurred during when, before the election, a lot of Southeasterners were getting attacked. Sometimes he doesn't respond quickly enough to comment on those things and talk about how the nation should come together. He doesn't, and people will say because he's not the president, he shouldn't talk about this. Yeah, but Wole Soyinka comes out and talk all kinds of rubbish all the time, and Bwala is coming out and talking all kinds of rubbish whenever he likes. So I don't see why a leader of a movement doesn't come out to talk about when something serious like that is going on within society. That is how you become a leader of the nation. Because when serious situations like that are occurring and the so-called people that are in power are not saying anything, you come out, you take the role. If they don't want to do it, you do it. Maybe you will set a good example for them and they will copy you later on. Now, there's another set of clutches of events that occurred recently that there was a bit of strategic silence again. Like when they talked about the people going on Hajj with 90 billion naira, silence. Atiku, all of them remain silent. The national anthem change, that one is the one that really got to me. The national anthem change, he remained completely silent on it. Maybe, I don't even know what he's talking about it now. Maybe he said something about it now, but he remains silent, and many Nigerian politicians remain silent. Akpotie, all of them, even if anything, some of them come out to come and support it. That's another one. And you see these events occurring. I think there's one recently again that he was silent on until after the event. And I asked myself, why? Because Nigeria Watch is here every day, saying things about things going on in Nigeria. We are here every day. CM is here every day. All that channels, they are here talking every day. They know what's going on in the continent. How is it that a leader of a movement remains silent on this type of issues at critical points? Can you believe that if he had come out and said that national anthem change, who is doing that? Why should they do that? Why are they not opening it up to Nigerians? Do you know his followers would have changed the course of that event? But he didn't do that. And for me, the most important one is his security policy. His policy is to recruit 2 million into the security forces and bolster the Nigerian security posture and everything so that they will combat insecurity in the country. And by now, more than 5,000 have been kidnapped since last year. But I never hear him push the government on their security promise. He never says anything. I think the only thing he says about security is we need to improve the lives of the people now. We need to remove the causes of insecurity, that's in terms of poverty and stuff like that. Not his own policy, his own main policy, the thrust of his own main policy. And most importantly, maybe not the thrust of his main policy. How about the policy the government promised? The government promised that they were going to recruit more into the security services. He doesn't press them on that. Do you know that is an own goal? Where if you press them on that and you press them on the welfare of the security forces and you press them on all those things, he is taking a lead in an area that is the most powerful area in any nation. You are defending the security forces and at the same time defending the people. Every time anybody gets kidnapped, the government will be in under great pressure because of what he's saying. But still, he doesn't do anything. And I ask myself, why? And this is one of the reasons why when I came to this channel, I said the people is my priority. We have to be careful how we just trust people hook, line, and sinker. But when you need them to speak on the most important things, they don't say it. And anybody can tell me, can correct me if Peter Obi commented on the national anthem before he passed, or held the government and said, why are you not recruiting? Something that is part of his own manifesto promise and manifesto promise of the government Why are you not recruiting into the security services as we promised, so that these insecurity issues are completely taken care of? None of that. If anybody knows that, they should raise that up with me. So for what I see, in terms of, okay, if I go now from that to the economy, yes, he criticized the government in terms of the way they are traveling and spending a lot of money, wasting money. And the truth is that he too wanted to float the Nigerian currency. Question is, I believe that P2B would have done it differently. I know P2B has a totally different approach to this government, but the way he's going after them, I'm even surprised they are even bothering to attack him. He's not even going after them enough, because these people have wrecked the Nigerian economy within a year. Although he did say that in that interview, how they depreciated the Nigerian currency. That is part of the reasons why things are so bad. Now, subsidy has returned. Inflation is through the roof. Why? Because this government decided to go and mess all those things up, and nobody is truly pressing them. If you get Bwala is coming here to apologize for him, Soyinka is apologizing for him, but they judge, everybody's apologizing. I don't know where the silver I don't see where the silver lining is on this. How is the Nigerian economy going to recover from all this nonsense? For me, the only thing that will save the Nigerian economy right now is the refineries. If the Port Harcourt, Kaduna, Warri refinery comes on stream, that's the only thing that is going to stabilize the Nigerian economy, because these people, they don't seem like they want to stabilize it at all. And it really bothers me a lot that Nigerian economy was better off a year ago, and this government came in and they damaged it again. This is why I keep saying that these are our governments, almost every single one of them, they are compromised. Either they are just caretaker government and are not responsible people, they just rule our country to benefit their friends in the World Bank and IMF and whatever else. But they are not governing for us. What kind of chaos is this? All Tinubu needed to do was remove the subsidies, because that was wasting a lot of our money. The neighboring countries are making money from our petrol and all the rest. Fine, remove that and remove the round tripping, take care of the round tripping, which they've done now. Then why did you go and do the other things to damage the Nigerian economy when you know Nigerian economy needs stability? When you have stability, people can plan their businesses, plan their economy. Then you now shift focus into security to go and deal with the security challenge of the country. But what did we get? Anarchy all over the place. And if anybody has any solution to what this government can do to heal the economy today, for me, the only solution I have is, first, you have to plug the insecurity gap, because that will increase investment inside the country, and that might actually help bring the inflation rate down. And they too need to discourage the use of the foreign currency. But the Nigerian government don't do anything about that. The whole thing is in chaos, and the opposition is nowhere to be seen. Only P2B is trying something, to be fair. Atiku is barely doing anything. That one is not an opposition. Who listens to Atiku even? He's barely an opposition leader. P2B technically is the only opposition leader right now. And my concern is that the way he's responding to things, he's choosing very, very strategic times to stand back. And for the life of me, I don't know why. And I would like to put that question to people. Why is it that P2B is standing back at those critical points, like the national anthem, on security, on the Hajj, this thing? Why is he standing back when he could have leaned forward and said, we can't be doing things like this at the time, not wait? Because when you do it, when you wait, the event has already occurred. So you didn't do it to prevent the stuff from happening, going bad. Like if he had said something about our national anthem, I believe they would have stopped it. If P2B had come out and said, hey, what is that? Why are you trying to change the national anthem without consulting the people? You will see that everybody will take it up and they will stop the movement. And even if they succeed in passing that stuff through, people will be campaigning right now to reverse it. And that would have made him even a more powerful leader. So why did he pull back on that? Is he worried about somebody who's going to be offended? So I will leave it there, and I will leave that question. Maybe somebody will correct me with maybe some of my analysis, but I'm all ears on that. Thank you.
Actually, I do not.
Niger Watch.
Wait.
Niger Watch.
Is it Niger Watch that gave him? Okay. I don't think Mr. Elvis is here.
Sorry,
well,
Dr.
okay, it's
CM.
okay.
You'll be moderator.
It's okay. Sometimes, yes, I know.
Dr.
Sometimes,
Sueda is moderating.
sometimes somebody can win lottery. So let's just
So,
finish.
Dr. Sia, you are moderating. So the last speaker spoke for solid 12 minutes.
He said when he finished, he had him when he. So I haven't taken over. So I thought he's looking
Oh,
at. But
sorry, it
that's
was
okay.
8 minutes. No, if he had stopped me,
So
they
it's
would have been
okay.
fine. It's 8 minutes. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. But
Thank you.
that's not. I mean, nothing is set on stone. That is just the thing. So let's just. I mean, it's quite in order. Gentlemen and lady. Now we are going for 4 minutes. I think according to the screen.
No, Dr. CM, you want to leave all those things that two Nigeria raised without any response?
Listen now. Are we on question?
No, there will be response now. You will call us back to respond on it.
Everything it has to be responded to. We can't use our 4 minutes to do that.
Jesus Christ. See, Chris, I'm acting according to instruction given to me. He said when two Nigeria finishes his submission, we go on for 4 minutes. Yes, you of course you can always have a feedback, but use your 4 minutes. Even if it's 1 minute, you just bullet point that, then use it. That is a part of the thing now. So what I'm saying, normally if it's me, if I have the free hand, I do. If you are the commander in chief, but all those ones, Nigeria Watch don't abolish them. So who am I to reintroduce it? Okay, well, yes. Now I have to say the truth. So the way it is on the screen, after Madam Rita, then Chris. After Chris, I come down to Prince Ojaguna Labo, then to Black Panther, to Jonathan Kingsley, F.A. Emmanuel, Odua, and then to Niger last. I hope we can do. So why I have to announce it is so that you gather your thoughts ahead of time. Madam Rita, if you are here, if you are still with us,
I'm here.
Thank you very much. So if
Yeah.
you can summarize in 4 minutes whatever else you wanted to comment on or whatever it is. So
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. CM. Yes, I would like to address something first of all, and that is to Mr. Tony Africa and DPT. I don't know, maybe perhaps he needs some help with his frontal lobe anytime my name comes into play. And I'm saying this because of for future sake. Because when he came online, he said, I hate these people, I don't like these people, I'm not an Edo person, or I'm from Kano or Kaduna or whatever. Please, Mr. Tony, be very cautious. I'm sure you know I'm not the kind of woman, perhaps you're not used to the kind of person that the kind of person that I am. But please, if you do not understand, and I keep repeating, if you don't understand the words that I say or the statements that I make, ask questions. Ask. It's not ask questions. It's free. Just like coming to this show is free. Ask questions, or Mr. Tony, you come on the show too. You can't just come out there and just blot out bragadash under my name. I would not allow it. I would not even tolerate it. I would not. So, Mr. Tony, please be cautious. And everything that you said about me was a lie. Every single thing, because somebody will come to this station tomorrow and make reference to what that clueless Mr. Tony had said, and then make it like a statement. So I do not tolerate it. I do not tolerate it. And going forward, I think because of what our society has become, we are extremely, I repeat, extremely tribal sensitive. And it's not doing us any good. A lot of us do not realize it, but somehow our psyche is kind of skewed. Without due respect, it's not an insult. It's just that you have to be very conscious of it. We are so tribal sensitive. And I think that, and I'm talking about this, Mr. Jonathan's thing, because I feel it shouldn't go away just like that. It has to be clarified. Every single person on this panel or listening, as long as you are in Nigerian, as a matter of fact, we even talk about American politics or United Kingdom politics. It's just, we're just trying to educate ourselves and to inform people who don't understand the scheme of things. Everybody, every single Nigerian has a right. You have a stake in talking about the political antecedents of these politicians in Nigeria. Even when it comes to election, everybody has a right. Everybody has a stake. If I ask a question to say, For example, I am not from Lagos State, but perhaps somebody who lives in Lagos State and who resides in Oshodi and understand the political terrain of Oshodi, Lagos State, can educate me properly when I'm making comments. It doesn't mean I personally would never ever feel that that person is kind of is trying to marginalize me sort of in a kind of way to, like, make me feel like you have no stake there or you have no say. So when I asked that question, I was asking on the basis of
1 minute more.
this is the terrain of Edo State. It wasn't meant to make it seem like Mr. Jonathan, is not from Edo State or he doesn't have any stake in it. And I'm sure he understands, because we had these conversations on 2 weeks back, and he understood. He even said he has been to Edo State before. So I don't even understand why Black Panther brought my name into the scene. But today I was talking about the Central District, and I said those candidates that Mr. Jonathan was supporting, that is the one for the YPP. I said, what is his popularity in Edo? Just Edo North alone. Even if I mentioned the 3 senators, I said Edo North alone. Even Aso Igoda, what is it? What is his popularity in Edo North? Because one thing we need to realize: every senatorial district in a state, everybody will vote there. They will count the votes from all those senatorial districts. So you can be popular in just one senatorial district, and then the people will say, "Oh, he's popular, he's winning." It doesn't work that way, and that's why I keep saying we should grow up, understand the system. My time is up.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Rita. I know. Time is not our friend when we are on Niger Watch. People should know that by now. So it flies fast. Thank you very much. Thank you very much anyway. Because of what I understand, I think this should go for general summary. What I understand too, Niger said was Obi should step up his game and be much more conscious and timely, and then expand the coast of his criticisms. I think that is just the summarize it. Step up the game, do more, be more pungent. We need more of you talking. So I think that's what I understand, than making one reply after such a long spell, which is also good. But you want it now and now, every now and then, keep them on their toes. Widen the scope of what you want to say, not just a particular thing. Chris, are you still with us? Chris Dublin.
No, I'm not there. I don't sleep.
Okay. Good night. The next.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I think
Okay. 4
I
minutes
don't know
now.
the issues. Dr. CM, thank you for the continuous moderation. And Niger Watch, thank you. We don't spend much time today. Thank you so much, Mr. Niger Watch. You see, that also brings me to the issue in Edo State. How can you be talking about the politics of Edo? Because I've been saying this consistently. I'm glad that Mr. Alex repeated the same thing today. When we are talking about good governance, even state-owned, what's it called, state-owned broadcasting houses, they've not done as much as Niger Watch has done concerning the issues in Edo State. But when it was time to showcase what the government has done, they went to go and hire somebody that we know is antecedents. So this is the kind of governance you are going to expect. It's just a continuation of Obaseki's third term. That's why he cannot be separated from Aswa Ighodalo. And the Fulani stuff, that the 20% arable land of Edo State, that they were almost at the verge of giving out, if not for protest led by Niger Watch. Aswa Ighodalo was part of that committee. He has been a member of Edo State's government for 16 years. 16. He was a member during Oshomole's time. He was a member of the economic team. During Obaseki's time, he's the chairman of that team. He's part and parcel of this whole arrangement. So are we not sure that if he comes again, he's going to fine-tune that process? They will correct the mistakes that they made before. How are we not sure that that's exactly what he's going to do? So there's no way you can separate both of them. They are the same. As well without the PDP, they are the same. In fact, the PDP, the APC, they are all the same. Because that's exactly what Obaseki had his first tenure with Aswa Ighodalo under the APC, the second tenure under the PDP, the previous 8 years under the APC. I don't know the same thing. So we are left with Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party with proven track record. He can do it again. He has demonstrated his ability. He did it before. He can do it again. So against all odds, he must be given the opportunity. Like I said, the other people, they may have good policies. But the question you all should ask yourself, so why are you not using this free platform? Before they came to this platform, nobody knew about them. To the extent that Nigeria Watch told all of us here that we have only 3 choices. That if you don't make your choice, you are going to end up with one of those 3 people. So it's better you make your choice now. So if those people were truly serious, how come we didn't hear about them? Okay, let's give that away. Now they were, they were brought into the limelight. They were brought into the limelight. Nigeria Watch gave them the free platform, and still they are not making use of that platform to sell themselves, to sell their candidacy. Apart from the people they came to meet here that has been doing the job for them, nothing else. And you tell me these people are serious? Come on, we are better than this in Edo State. Let's be careful of spoilers. Let's be careful of placeholders that will come to split the vote. At the end of the day, the election will just go in a very dramatic way that we will never expect. So I don't like wake up, wise up, vote by Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party. Is the most viable candidate as at now. Every other thing remains the way they are. Is the most viable candidate. Wake up, smell the coffee. Thank you very much, and good night, everybody.
Thank you, Chris. At least you did it on time. Just 4 minutes, 4 seconds. That's okay. That's acceptable. The next person should be Prince Alabo. Prince Alabo, are you still with us? If you are, Prince. Prince means the son of a king now. Prince Alabo, are you still with us? Okay, let me skip you for now. Black Panther.
Yes.
Come up to you
I
now.
I still remain Black Panther.
Okay, yeah. If you can, in 4 minutes, round your
Yes.
thought. Let's see. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. I will still go back to my word. I asked a question here, and somebody from England came and started ranting, talking about sovereignty of a state, talking about federated state, talking about so many things that are not even going there. The context which I asked the question was political. That question is political. It does not question your citizenship. It does not question whether you can do this or not. And it does not question your right. It's just simple English question. And then somebody tried to make it, oh, tribalistic. Oh, this man is tribal. That man is this. That man. I don't know where people are getting. That's why I wanted to make a reference to when Madam Rita brought that word, this word that she brought in, the first time she brought it. All of us were ranting. But I retrieved myself and went over again that tape and now understood where Madam Rita, and I did question her, but I told her that I now understood where she was coming from. Because the context which she explained it, I understood, but at ground, I did not really take it very well. What I was asking him was this: what is your interest? And he said I shouldn't talk again because I asked him, because everybody tribalistic antenna was rising. I didn't mean, I'm not tribal. It's only a question. Even if I ask you a wrong question, yes, if it's a wrong question that brings that disrespects you, I will retrieve it. But my question is not disrespect you, it's a political question. And the person that called from wherever he is in America here, when you have a form, they ask you, which state are you from? Which state? It is there in the form. So when people come and say whatever you want to say, I just look at you because you don't understand what goes on in that state. But you can talk on it on the platform that you are hearing from the media. The person say, oh, Nigeria is a federated state. Is this, is that? Do I not know? Do you want to lecture me about it? Mr. Jonathan, all I was saying is that now, the first time when you talk about the APC man, you dropped that down. You said you were not supporting him, but we heard word from you You drop it down. Then when this other person came, he spoke very well. The other person came, he spoke very well. And you now made a choice. You were so authoritative in your choice. And somebody came and gave us a lecture, because sometimes we are here to, they say we are here to learn. And definitely we are here to learn. Sometimes you give economic studies, you give an economic lecture, we here to learn and we make reference to you. So on that context, I was asking you, you have moved from, you said so many things about this one is good, this one is good, you not chose one, and you were authoritative, you don't mind to learn from anybody. You were thinking that we were so myopic that we don't see where you are seeing it from. But we are looking at it from the trace of Nigerian political terrain, that they are trying to scatter us, and then they will now merge to forge it and bring a candidate that will beat every one of us right here. That was why I asked you that question. What is your interest? Is your interest to see that the Edo State move forward, or is your interest just to put a selfish state, to put that selfish man, that man in there because you like him, or because he spoke eloquently well to the issues, and you didn't look at other factors? You put one factor, why other people are bringing so many factors? That was the context. On that context, I asked you, what is really your interest? Because you are not really learning from us. You are not really looking at our path. We are looking at your path, and we are saying that that path you are coming from, we've come from that path before. They deceive us. We are not ready to be deceived again. That is why we are saying that.
Your time is
let me round up. Let me just 10 seconds. Let me round up. That is why we are saying what that man from a Delta state said has happened in Lagos State before. It has happened in so many states before. It's what's about to happen in Edo State now. That was why we are asking, what is your interest? Because in America, they do ask people that are not from Texas, they'll say, what is your political interest in that state? That's the question I was asking. And everybody went gaga. Yesterday, the same thing happened. Today, the same thing happened again. I don't know why we are always tribalistic in Nigeria.
Thank you, Black Panther. Thank you. Tomorrow is another day. Edo election is September 20. I never choose candidate yet. I'm still doing my research. Man, no worry. You go hit up by July, August. Thank you very much anyway. So far, we are moving well, so good. So Jonathan, you are next. In case if you are with us.
I'm here.
Oh
I'm
yes,
here.
summarize
I'm
your
here.
thoughts
Okay.
in four
All right.
minutes.
Thank you. Somebody is saying
Prince
I'm
is
here.
Prince
I
is
don't
here.
know.
Okay. Alabo, I think say where were you now when we call, hold on, Jonathan. Where were you when we called you? Do you want to allow Jonathan finish? Then we come back to you. I think say you
Yeah,
don't sleep.
no worries. Yeah.
Okay, Jonathan, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry, Jonathan, before you go, I saw just 10 seconds, 1 minute. Everything I made, I did not make it to offend you, but you are making it as if I'm trying to offend you. No, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.